So, welcome everyone. Welcome to this Breath of Life, Breathwork session and meditation. So, well, let's start by sharing a few words. First of all, how awesome breathwork is. Through the years, I've myself personally has seen, very evidently how breath work can really support, someone to very instantly shift their vibration. And it has an instant effect, and many times even after like 5-10 minutes of practice, one can already feel the instant effects of these very ancient techniques. For those of you who are quite familiar with the yogic lineage, you see breath work within every different type of yogic lineage. Okay, maybe in Hatha lineage, there can be maybe a different style of breath work, and maybe not as much as Kriya Yoga, for example. But in every lineage of yoga, one would always be introduced to certain techniques of breathing exercises, which these are called pranayamas. Coming from the Sanskrit language, prana means life, force, energy, and life force energy is this energy that sustains us. Yes, when we feel tired and depleted, it is a clear indication that we are lacking life force energy. Yeah, so you get to experience yourself that after a bit of breath work, and even if you incorporate it on a daily basis, you start to see how it's not only shifting your mood, bringing clarity to your mind, also emotions can be purified with breath work as well. And one can start feeling lighter, brighter, that's for sure. Even the chemicals in the brain, they shift into more happy chemicals, and basically, and this is why it's so clear to see that the vibration can be shifted instantly. So breath work, one way why one would utilize breath work mainly would be for purification. Purification of mind, of emotions, of energies, including chakras, kundalini. All the energy channels are found within this human body, which there are over 72,000 energy channels. So it's quite complex, the energy system. Thus, there's always more for one to open up, clear old energies, and make space, make room for the new vibrations and new energies. So that's how you can see an instant shift of your reality. Also, breath work, when we start working with life force energy, and this really supports a lot in our spiritual growth. Yes, the life force, the prana, is acts like catapult, for growth, for consciousness expansion, for um, having access to higher realms. And it supports meditations, of course, when you have a certain amount of life force energy that's going to really support you in your meditative practices that you do. And the more of this life force energy that is utilized and having ability to keep your battery charged full will also support the balance of your energy flow. So it's also important for your energy flow because, as you might know already, energy is like water in the streams, in the rivers. If the water gets blocked, the water won't remain healthy. It gets stagnant, it gets a smell, it rottens, it does not remain clear, the water. So it's actually just the same in our energy body when there is clogged energies or blocked or twisted chakras or twisted energy channels. Here's where we actually feel there's some heaviness, there's some aches, there's some pains here or there, and stiffness here or there, maybe not so nice, pleasant sensations here or there. And so, as you embark on your inner journey, you start to become more and more aware of these areas where they simply require more light, more purification, and it's basically an awesome, really awesome tool to imply in your day-to-day life, that's for sure. And breathwork, yes, there is no particular level of consciousness that you know could be. It's going to benefit in every bit on your way. It's going to really you will see benefits no matter where you're at. The reason for this is because you see consciousness and self-realization. It's kind of, it's not that there is an end to it, but once you realize the nature of your being, that's that, right? You know that, and that's that. But when it comes to ascension work, when it comes to energy work, it's a continuous practice. It's a continuous brushing up. It's a continuous realignment. It's a continuous rebalancing of ourselves. So energy work is continuous. And since breath work is part of energy work, then this is also why it's so amazing to implement in your day-to-day life. One more aspect which is so important, why breathwork is good for you, is because it supports directly your nervous system. Your nervous system is a conduit of electricity and consciousness that passes through your nervous system. So when our nervous system is strong, is healthy, we are able to sustain higher vibration, and we are able to sustain that certain electricity that passes through the nervous system, and also does the supports to be able to sustain higher consciousness. So unfortunately, in this era of our life, including this whole lifetime, and I'm pretty sure a few good past lives as well, where through our ancestors family lineage, all of it. We've been through quite a lot as human beings. We've been through a lot. So you could say there has been a lot of overwhelming experiences. And even if your parents and grandparents have lived through wars, for example, and we go even further back into all these like dark ages, as a human being, one has experienced a lot, and this creates quite some damage in our nervous system. We call these traumas, and traumas, they kind of get twisted in the nervous system. It's basically, to put it very simple, it's basically, when we experience something so overwhelming and that we have no power in that time to process that overwhelm of an experience, it gets trapped in our nervous system. The nervous system can get damaged, twisted, and it creates like a build-up around that twist, which doesn't allow maybe a higher consciousness to flow, higher vibration to flow. So thus we experience this as maybe not being able to sustain your highest vibration. You go to a retreat, for example, and you start building up, and you start noticing how your vibration rises, and then you sustain it, for example, and then after some time, the vibration starts dropping again. So even after a meditation, for example, it can be experienced, and also so this is the breathing exercises can support in healing trauma, clearing trauma out of the nervous system. And of course, that has a specific type of breathing that can support that too.